Hi guys, this is Allison Pryor, and today I have 7 awesome drawing tools for you to use to draw. So this is just a sample of what different tools that you will use to draw. So my first point is to have pencils, and have the best pencils to draw. The ordinary pencil like you use in school, that wouldn't work very well because you can't really get good shadings with it. So what you would do is you would use H pencils. So the H pencils are the best to start off with for light lines. So when you start off drawing this little guy, you would start off with a light line so that you could barely see it, so that you get all the shapes correct first. Okay, so you draw your shape, your lines first with the H pencils. And the H is a pencil that has a hard lead, so you can get nice sharp lines. And the higher the number, the sharper the line, or the lighter the line, and then you can use those pencils to get your drawing started. Something like this. So that's those lines are dark because you go over them, then you darken them again. Before you go into all this different shading, you would darken the line again, your light line, you darken now with the B pencils. So then you would use your B pencils to darken the lines. So then you start off with a B pencil, and the B pencil has the softer lead, but it smudges nice and easy. Good for shading, like this is shading here. And the H pencils don't shade as well, so they're great for like an under drawing, to get your drawing the way you want it. So there's a B pencil, there's 2 B's, HB, there's right up to 8B, so 2B, 4B, 3B, all kinds of numbers. And the higher the number, the darker the pencil. So, so say you wanted to darken up this line again. So I'll show you with the pencils how I would darken up those lines. So I'll just put this under here for a minute. And what I'll do is I'll just show you. So I'll say I got my H pencil used. Then I use my B pencil. And now I'm going to use a darker pencil. Probably maybe I'll go with 4B. It depends what you want to use. So, you know, how many times you want to draw over your lines to get what you're looking for. So maybe I'll just use, let's see, what have I got here? I got my 4B pencil. It's gone. So I'm going to use, there it is. So then I got a 4B pencil. So then you can just take your 4B pencil and go over that line and darken up really good so that you can make sure. Now, only make the darkest lines when you know you're not going to erase. The reason we use the lighter pencil, the H pencil, is because you're going to erase. Okay, so you're going to erase any mistakes, or if you don't like it a certain way, or you want to make changes. And then when you're really sure that you're happy with your lines, then you can go back over them with your dark pencil. It could be a 4B, it could be a 6B. Okay, so then you go over your lines again. So now you know you may not be able to erase. So I'm just going over some of these lines just to show you that you can darken them up. And now you're going to get ready for your shading. So the B pencils and the H pencils are a must to have. The brands, you can look around and check online and see what's the best brands. The next thing you can also use a mechanical pencil. Mechanical pencils are great for small sections where you're trying to get at smaller sections. You know, you use a small mechanical pencil, and you can go back over those lines again with another pencil. Perfect. And so the pencils are great. You really need those pencils. So number 2 are your blending stumps. So blending stumps, or your blending tools, your blending materials. So if you have these blending stumps, get them in different sizes. These are really good to use. I like these. Helps blend your drawings so that they look more realistic. Now you may not be into blending, and you don't have to. You can also make different values of your shades by just using the hatching technique or cross hatching technique. That's something else that you might want to learn. But I'm just showing you the tools to use today for drawings. I'm not showing you how to draw. So that's these are great for shading. So say you got your line finished and now you want to do some shading. You would take your blending stump and you would start shading on top of that line and bring it in towards the body. See? So that's just for shading different areas of what you're drawing. So then you can also use, so say you don't have enough graphite, we call this lead graphite. I think lead may be shinier than graphite, but these pencils are drawing pencils, made for drawing. So I'm just going to use a 7B pencil on my line. Just so, and I'm going to move that line. I'm going to even bring that line in a bit more because I want to shade that body up around this area more. So now here's different. So if you want to use your blending stump, you can. You can use a blending stump and bring the shading in towards the body. Or you can use tissue. This is just box tissue. And you can wrap it around your finger and blend at that line. These are your shading tools, okay? You can also use, for a shading tool, you can use Q-tip, okay? It's got some graphite on it. Okay, so there we go. So you can use that. I don't find it as good, but it might be okay for in an eye or so. You can also use a cotton swab. So whatever works for you guys. I do find a tissue better, and I do find the blending stumps great. So then you just blend out with those. So that's your blending tools. And if I think of anything else, I'll let you know later. So number 3 is your kneaded erasers. Now a kneaded eraser, or your erasers, a kneaded eraser is like a square eraser, and it's almost like putty. You can roll it around in your hands in order to, you know, if you want to get a sharp top on it, you roll it between your fingers and you get a little pointy top, and then you can just dab at, it could be an eye, it could be a spot, taking spots out, whatever you want to do. And you can also make it into more of a chiseled edge, right? And then you can take it. Great for these would be great for fur on an animal. So I can show you all that in another video. I'm just showing you the tools that you can use for drawing, that's all. And you can use a regular eraser. The difference between a kneaded eraser and a regular eraser is that a regular eraser leaves quite a mess. See, you got all that leftover mess there. So then you have to wipe it off, and then you might end up, you know, moving all the shading around and smearing everything, and you wouldn't want to do that. So now you're going to do, let's see, we've got a kneaded eraser, got erasers, different types of erasers, whatever you find. And there goes the phone again. So let's see, so we have number 3. Now we have number 4. So number 4, a must is to have an electric sharpener. Now, if you get the other kind of sharpeners, what's going to happen is the tops are going to break off on your pencils. But I find electric sharpeners work wonderful. So you get a really nice sharp top. So let's see if I find another top that needs to be done. So let's see. So this top is not bad, but if I put in my electric sharpener, it's nice and sharp, and then you can have some nice sharp edges for whatever you want to draw on your drawing. So number 6 the paper that you're going to use. The paper that you can use is watercolor paper. You can use cardstock paper. It's nice and heavy. This is just the printing paper off your printer, so this is pretty soft and it can wrinkle easy. But you get these nice cardstock paper, and you get nice watercolor paper, and you get you can get heavyweight pads, and look for something around 100 pounds or 135 and up. Paper, cardstock, bristle board, poster board, all those papers are really, really good for drawing. So if you have the right tools, you can take a nice little drawing and you can shade it up and have nice shadings, and you can bring your drawing to life. Bring it to life with shading and different. See how some of the shadows, okay, let's see, hopefully it focuses. The shadows, you know, bring it out. So, you know, look for shadows and look for different ways to shade your drawing. So, and you can add things to your drawing like trees and mountains. And you can have some fun with it. As long as you got the right tools, you will be very happy. If you have a hard time drawing, then another must, number 7, another must is to have a grid. So then you can take your picture that you want to draw and you can make your own grid, and you can put it over your drawing and make squares, and then you draw square. That's another lesson, but you draw what's in the squares on your drawing paper. You make squares on your drawing paper, you have squares over the picture you want to do, and then whatever's inside the squares, you can draw it and get a pretty good drawing. So that's 7 nice drawing tools for you to use, and you should get some really nice drawings. So I'm going to let you go and practice, and if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will definitely be doing some more drawings and paintings for you. So you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.